So real estate investing is all about leverage. When we talk about money in the money, real estate investing comes down to using other people's money at a profit so you could buy as many properties as you need if they're flips or they're rentals. But really, what does leverage mean? And how does it impact our real estate career? We're going to go over some real numbers today just so you could see the basics of leverage and the power behind leverage to create that generational wealth. So as Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. But when we talk about leverage, it is the first wonder of real estate investing. And that's what we're going to go through today is the exact numbers, simple numbers so we can all understand it, but just showing the power of leverage. Let's look at an example of how leverage actually impacts a real estate investor's career, their portfolio. Let's just look at someone who has $100,000 to invest in real estate. And let's just use that example. I know some people don't have $100,000, but this will show you the power of leverage. If someone has $100,000, they could buy a rental property. They could buy one rental property if it's valued at $100,000. And with that rental property, they could receive net rents of $1,200. They invest $100,000, they end up with one property, and they're getting $1,200 a month or $14,400 a year. But what happens if someone comes along, a banker, a lender, someone like that, and says, hey, if you put in $25,000 of that $100,000, I will lend you the other $75,000. The $75,000 is the leverage. That's using other people's money. Now you could buy 4 properties. But the rents on those properties go down, your net rent, because now you're paying a mortgage. You have to pay someone for that money, but this is where it comes out. Those 4 properties at $750 a month are bringing in $3,000 a month. That $3,000 a month compared to $1,200 is an extra $1,800 a month. $36,000 a year compared to $14,400 coming in. Just because you use leveraged other people's money, in this case the bank, that leverage allowed you to bring in an extra $21,600 in income every year off those 4 properties. But guess what? It's not just the monthly income, the yearly income. There's also appreciation on real estate. If you look at the stats over the last 30 years, from 1992 to 2022, on average, real estate has gone up 5.3%. So let's look at exactly how that now impacts our real estate portfolio by using leverage. So since it's increasing 5% a year, and if you're only buying one property using your own money to buy that one property, in 1 year it goes up 5%. So your equity increases $5,000 on that property. Over 5 years, it's $25,000 in equity that's created. 30 years, that's an extra $150,000 in equity on that property you purchased. But let's go back and look at the 4 properties that you were able to purchase because you used leverage, other people's money. You have 4, and they're increasing each $5,000 a year, 5% of the $100,000. That means every year your property is going up $20,000. Now we know that's not a straight line. It goes up, it goes down, but over the life, that's what it equates to. If you look at what leverage did, is it brought in $600,000 of extra equity, net worth. It's added $600,000 to your net worth compared to the $150,000 that the one property has done. So you've more than 4x'd, of course, your net worth. Let's put those two numbers together now. We had the net rent, which was bringing in $21,600 extra a year by using leverage. And it also, by using leverage, we were able to bring in $600,000 of net worth increase. So that doesn't mean the value of the properties, but that was the increase on the property. So we're bringing in extra money and we're bringing in extra net worth. That is the power of leverage when you're using it in real estate investing. So this shows the power of leverage. Not only does it bring in extra income every month, every year, but it also creates a better nest egg, more net worth. So by using other people's money, you're taking advantage of everything in real estate investing, leverage up. So let's take this one step farther in looking at maximizing your leverage. And what does that really mean? We looked at a couple different examples of a bank leveraging, giving you 75% or $75,000 to buy an investment property. But what if you maximize that leverage, which means maybe find a bank, a credit union, someone who will give you more money. Maybe instead of 75, they're giving you 80, or maybe 85. So this all comes back to maximizing what your leverage is. That comes back to what we've talked about many times. Making sure your credit's aligned, making sure your income is aligned, being that professional investor, making sure all these things are in place so you can maximize your leverage. So when we maximize our leverage, what does that look like? What does it do to our numbers that we just did with the 1 and the 4 properties? So remember now, since we're maximizing, let's just say a bank gives us just that 5% more. Now we'll lend you $80,000. You just have to bring in $20,000 per transaction. So since I have $100,000, all I have to do is bring in $20,000. I can now buy 5 properties. Since I've borrowed more money, my net rent actually goes down because I'm going to have to pay the bank more because I borrowed more. Per property, it looks like, hey, you're not making that much. But let's go through all the numbers. This is where leverage comes into play. So 5 properties at $700 brings in $3,500 a month. Compare that to the $1,200 or the $3,000. You can see we're doing a little bit better on the monthly income too. Overall, maximizing your leverage by making sure your credit's good, making sure your income is good, all those things could bring us another $27,600 over just buying that one property. Instead of using any leverage, we've just increased our annual income $27,600. So it impacted income, but what did it do to our net worth? Remember, with 1 property and 4 properties, we had over 30 years, we've added to not only the value of the property, but we added, just because of the increase in the property values, we increased it by $150,000 on that one, and we increased it $600,000 when we had 4 properties. But now that we've added the 5th property, we're actually going to take that net worth up even another level. We are now going up to $750,000 in extra net worth. So let's look, when we're maximizing our leverage, when we're trying to create that generational wealth, what does maximizing our leverage actually do? Remember, now we're bringing in $42,000 a year in income compared to $14,400. Our income's gone way up, so every year we have a little bit better life, a little bit better everything because more money's coming. Not only that, but over time, over the 30 years, when you get to that retirement or just wanting to sell them, your equity is now an extra $750,000 over the value of those properties. Your 1 property added $150,000. Your 5 properties added $750,000 in equity, net worth. You've increased it $600,000. We're bringing in $42,000 a year because we use leverage, and we've increased our net worth $750,000 or $600,000 over what we would have done if we never used leverage at all. Remember, real estate investing is all about using leverage. The more leverage you use, the better you're going to see in returns of monthly income and equity. On top of that, if you maximize your leverage, get your credit up, get your income up, become someone that banks are attracted to and want to give you the best terms, your leverage is even going to take you farther. As we say, it's going to leverage you up. So now that we've seen how leverage could impact your real estate career, if you're looking for some more information, how to become money wise, how to get the money out of the money, we have a great entry point for you to give you the power to understand exactly how to find these lenders, how to get the most leverage you can. We call it the 30-day Fuel Up Challenge, and what it does is it walks you through different terms, numbers, what you need to know, how to find bankers, how to find hard money, even how to find OPM. So if you're interested in powering up your real estate career, check below, sign up today, and let's go make some money.